Brian Hoyer has joined us. We're going to start with Jim McBride, followed by Karen Gregian. Go ahead, Jim.
Hi, Brian.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for doing this today. I'm wondering, how do you strike a balance between competing for a job and also being a mentor to the guys you're competing against because of the situation you have now with the quarterback job?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not hard to balance. Like, look, we're trying to all be, the best for the team and also do what's best for the team. So, for me, obviously with Jarrett and Cam and even Brian Lewerke, just try to use the knowledge that I've accumulated over the years of playing in this offense and help those guys out when they need it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next question, Karen Gregian, followed by Doug Kide. Karen, you're muted.
Yep, sorry about that. Rookie mistake. How you doing, Brian?
Hi, Karen. How are you?
Good, thanks. There's some people who will look at a quarterback's numbers during training camp and make an impression of that one way or another. I was just wondering how you, as a quarterback, looks at what you do, every day in training camp. Do you consider the numbers, the amount of picks, or what else goes into it for you?
I don't, because I think, this isn't a game. This is where we're trying to figure out our teammates. People are learning. You're trying to see, what throws you can throw to certain people. I don't ever really consider it. Obviously, we watch the film and, watch it again by myself every day. And you just go back and you're learning. I mean, this isn't, sometimes what you learn in training camp is what helps you figure out what you're going to be able to do during the season. So, I don't really look at it that way. It's always every day you're going out there to obviously perform the best you can, but also figure out, what you have and what you can do. And so I think there's a lot of it that goes into it that is, all right, we have this route. I have this guy on this route. This guy's covering him. I'm going to give him a chance on this route and see how it goes one way or the other. And that's how you learn. That's how you learn your teammates. That's how you learn their little nuances of how they run their routes. And obviously with the rotation, we're getting reps with everybody. So you're constantly going out there with new guys and you're just, do what you're coached to do. And then when you get a chance to throw to a guy, you're trying to, I guess, kind of build that rhythm or compatibility with him. And then you come back and watch it and learn from that.
In that way, then how would you say it's going for you personally?
Yeah, I think, every day is something that where you're going out and trying to get better, perform the best you can. And like I said, training camp, obviously you don't want to go out and make a ton of mistakes, but sometimes the best learning device is to make a mistake or make a throw a certain way and come back in, talk it over and learn from it and then move on and do it better the next day. So, I mean, I think just like anything, there's good, there's bad, there's things to learn from, there's things to continue to keep doing well. And, each day is a new day and you just try to stack them together.
Right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next question, Doug Kide, followed by Mark Daniels.
Hi, Brian. Good to see you. Just how excited are you about the full quarterback competition here in New England and being a part of it? I know you said a few weeks ago that it's a little bit different for you here in New England because obviously you were competing before, but you had Tom in front of you. So how exciting and how different is this for you this summer?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, for me, all you can ever ask for in the NFL is the chance to compete. And I think that's something that I've had throughout my career in different places. So it's not something that, I'm not used to. And I think if anything, I think Coach Belichick and the coaches, they always say, competition makes everyone better. So I think that's what my goal is to go out there every day, compete the best I can, push everybody else to compete as hard as they can. And then, when the dust settles, it settles and what it is. But, you focus on it one day at a time, go out, work the best and hardest you can. Like I was just talking to Karen, you learn, you make the corrections, and then you go out and you do it again. And you just try to stack those days together and make the most of them.
Mark Daniels, followed by Alan Siegel.
Hey, Brian. Hope all is well. So, Brian,
How's it
this is your first year obviously playing with or in a quarterback room with Cam, with Jarrett, with Brian. How's everyone gelling? And how's that process been? Just getting to know the other guys.
Yeah, it's been great. I think, look, every year in the NFL, there's change. And for me, I've had change almost constantly throughout my career. So you're always getting to learn new guys, get to know who they are. And I think that's the beautiful thing is, look, we're all different. We all bring different things to the table, and we can appreciate, those things about each other and get to know each other well and help each other and push each other. I think, that's a great thing. And that's what, when you have a so-called quarterback competition, I mean, look, we're not all in there not talking to each other. We're all learning from each other. We're watching when one person goes and learning from their rep and vice versa. And it's been awesome. It's been great to get to know Cam, obviously knowing Jarrett from last year, and obviously my other fellow Spartan, Brian, getting him under my wing and just trying to help him out along with the other guys.
Yeah, how much would you say you've improved? I think one thing I've noticed is just some of your deep balls this past week, couple to Devin, one to Gunner. Do you feel like your deep throwing has improved, and how much do you feel like you've improved from last year?
Well, I think our receivers are doing a great job and giving us those opportunities to throw those balls. And this goes back to what Karen asked. Like, look, we're out there. This isn't a game. We're trying to figure out, what we can do. How well are we going to throw it? How well are we going to run the routes? So this is the time to learn and gain some confidence in those things. So, when we have those chances, we're going to take them and then see, how it works out.
Thank you.
Next question, Alan Siegel, followed by Andrew Callahan.
Thanks, Stacy. How you doing, Brian?
Good. How are you?
Okay, thanks. Yesterday, Bill talked to us, said to us that he could envision, if it was the best for the team system under certain situations with the quarterbacks. Not to have you judge whether it's good or bad from a coaching perspective, but from a quarterback perspective, if indeed that was brought into focus, what kind of logistics and situations would that present from the quarterback position?
Yeah, I think, look, I mean, like Coach Belichick says, he's always going to do what he thinks is best for the team. And I have a lot of trust in him and the coaching staff. It's something that I actually played with a little bit in Cleveland with Johnny Manziel. So it's not something that I haven't dealt with before. And it's all about, look, as you guys see at practice, we're constantly rotating through a quarterback. So it's kind of, it prepares you to go in, find out what the situation is, and execute the play the best you can in that situation. So I think it's something that, is out of my control. I don't really, concern myself with it until I'm told by a coach, but it's something that I have experience with. And look, for me, I realize I can only control what I can control. So if I'm playing in a game and I get taken out on second down and come back in on third down, I just got to go execute in that situation, regardless of, what happened before that.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
Looks like the last question is Andrew Callahan. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Brian, it's good to see you again. Thanks for taking the time here today.
Thanks. You too.
So this is a little bit different question. We were just talking to Brandon Copeland, obviously new to the defense, and he was describing at length about how flexible it is. Obviously, I know you have intimate knowledge of your own defense, but from your experience through the years playing in the regular season, can you notice when a certain defense, as Brandon was describing, knows each position and knows what all their teammates are doing at the same time? And does that make it extra difficult when they kind of have a deeper understanding of what they want to do and what their teammates next to them are going to do as you're facing that type of defense?
Yeah, I think, over the years you play defenses who play really well together. And obviously going against our defense, I would consider them, one of those teams. And it pushes us on a daily basis to go against, some great players and great schemes. So I think there is definitely, you can definitely feel when you're playing in a game, a team who plays really well as a cohesive unit, and then sometimes maybe not. So, I just appreciate the challenge that we have every day going out and practicing against our defense, because, when you see those guys back there talking, they're communicating, that they know exactly what they're, intending to do. And it makes it more challenging for us to go out there and perform, which ultimately makes us all better.
Is it more challenging in the sense of you just can't count on them to break down and find some giant hole in some zone coverage, or is it that they can almost freelance because they're so secure in what they know their teammates are going to do?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's, depending on the scheme that you're playing, some teams play more man, some teams play more zone. But I think, for us, I think they really challenge us as an offense every day to see the defense react and not predetermine anything. I think they do a great job of that. And I think, if anything, that pushes us each and every day to go out and execute. You can't take a play off against our defense. They'll make you pay for it. So I think for us, it's go out, see what they're doing, react to it, and make the right reads or calls, whatever it might be.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm sorry, we have one more question. Doug Kide will get the last question.
Brian, you're playing every day out there with some second-year receivers, a lot of like those three guys, Gunner, Jacoby, and Nikhil, all of whom were rookies last season. Are the improvements that they made over the year that you weren't with them, evident when you're out in practice?
Yeah, I can tell you those guys have worked really hard. That's pretty apparent to me. Obviously, not having that opportunity to be here with them last year, but getting to work, we got some work in the summer, and now getting a chance to go see them and do it against the defense has been awesome. And then I think every day you see, not just those three, but the collective group just going out there and pushing each other to get better each and every day. And kind of going back to what Karen said, like, we're going out there and we're throwing the ball to them and just seeing, how things are going to shake out. Do I have to throw it here? Do I have to throw it there? How are they going to run this specific route? But yeah, everyone's working hard and, just trying to stack the days together.
Thank you very much, Brian. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.